Thank you so much for joining our Friday Feel Good session. I hope that today finds you well, healthy, and in good spirits. What a week it has been. I feel like I say that every week. I feel like every week is like, but I suppose that just reminds us to really appreciate the good times, the good moments, really, really savoring them. I don't know, it's just a little heavy this week. I'm hearing a lot of stories of people becoming ill with coronavirus, and it is hearing a lot of stories about children, and that is really unnerving. We all have to continue to remain super diligent, washing our hands, please, wearing our masks, please. I say this as my partner in the other room is having a rough go of it. I tested negative, but he did not. So it's been a heavy week. It's been a heavy 2 weeks. But we're here, and I am grateful. I'm grateful I was vaccinated when I was. I'm grateful that those around me are doing their best to stay safe. There's a surprising number of people in my community that understandably are very nervous about getting vaccinated. And I guess my thoughts are this. Very simply put, there are risks either way, right? We don't know long-term effects. We don't know, there's a lot we don't know. There's a lot we do know. My thought is, I'd rather risk the vaccine and not die of COVID. Let's just be frank, okay? Of course, your choice is your choice. But please do think about the people around you and not solely yourself. There's a lot of me going around and not a whole lot of we. But the universe reminds us to fill our empty spaces with love. Filling those spaces of loss or grief, pulled this card before, and to me, that love is almost interchangeable with gratitude in that statement. There's so much that we have. There's so much that is available to us. Let's get on that continued vibration of expressing that gratitude so that we might receive more to be grateful for. Attracting gratitude with gratitude. Sometimes it's easier to do that than others. And that practice might change from day to day. But as long as we're putting the energy out there, I think it comes back in ways we least expect it. So, with that, let's just take a moment and be grateful. Take a moment and invite a little bit more love into your mind, into your heart, into your body. Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall here. We want to make sure that the full body is exposed to this invitation of love. Broaden the chest, lengthen the spine, open up the back of the neck. Maybe we allow a soft smile. And if you don't feel a smile, that's okay. Just taking this time. And maybe we drop one ear to one shoulder and taking care here to feel the length along the open side of the neck. And we don't want to drop the nose down, not yet. We want to keep that nose pointed forward and take a few breaths. Maybe you place a palm right alongside the neck, building that intention, building that connection here. Nice relaxed shoulders. Let's go ahead and tilt the nose up slightly. Let the head come back just a little bit. Noticing where the stretch changes. Feeling along the jaw, along the front of the neck, the throat, the shoulder, maybe even along the collarbone, getting a nice stretch here. Take one more breath. Gently rotate that nose back to center, and this time turn the nose down towards the armpit. And take a few breaths here, noticing the difference. Maybe feeling this along the back of the neck, the base of the skull, the shoulder. Slightly different muscles, slightly different layers of awareness. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn the nose back up to center. And on your exhale, coming back to a nice neutral chin, take a moment here, notice the difference. The openness along that one side, whichever side you went to. Changing sides here, take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale and drop the opposite ear to the shoulder. Breathing in, allowing for that release to occur slowly over your next few breaths. Not pushing or pulling, simply allowing in this space. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you switch hands if you've placed one on your chest or your neck. Take one more breath here. Working on a nice smooth breath in and full breath out all the way to the end. And go ahead and rotate that nose up just a little bit, letting the head come back. Trying here not to lean over to one side. Take a few breaths, noticing the difference here. Feeling this along the jaw, down the front of the neck. 2 more breaths. And gently rotate the nose down towards the armpit. Breathing here. And take one more breath. Nice. Bringing that nose back to the front. And bringing the chin back to center. Go ahead and take a moment. Maybe roll the shoulders. Roll the neck and just observe here the difference now. Let's take a few shoulder rolls to the back. Using that breath. Nice. Coming back to center here. Take a few circles of the spine. Just gently lubricating these joints a little bit. And make sure we go to both directions. Fantastic. Come back up to center. Relax the shoulders. Tuck the chin. And sitting up nice and tall here. It's a little chilly back here. I had the windows open for some circulation. We're going to go ahead and, facing the long side of the mat, go ahead and extend that right leg out. And go ahead and start some circles here. So just gentle motions to warm up this right hip. Maybe inviting a little stretch into the adductors, the inner groin muscles, the inner thigh muscles. Working on levels of embodiment here. Come on up to the top. And we're gonna flex that right foot, pull those toes towards the nose here and activate that whole leg, pulling the kneecap up. Take a deep breath in, and we're gonna raise up that left arm. Reaching those fingertips up, pulling up out of the seat here. Exhale. We're going to reach over that right leg. Reaching over that extended leg. So you can drop that elbow down underneath the shoulder. Careful here not to sink in. Nice long neck here. Rotating the shoulder of the left arm so that the palm comes down towards the mat. Breathing into the side body. Take a few breaths here. And nice and easy. Go ahead and come on up. Pressing into that right palm. And now we're going to twist to face that extended leg. Palms down on either side of the leg for support. Breathe in, lifting up out of the seat. Exhale, and walk the palms forward. So the shoulders are going to square over that knee as you fold to the side here. Gently tuck the chin, maybe lengthen the arms, stand on your fingertips here. Breathing all along the left side of the body. And forehead to knee is not required here. We want to try to keep the spine nice and long. If you're able to get the belly down to the thigh, you might be able to rest the forehead down. And let's take 2 more breaths. Nice and easy. Come back up to the fingertips and walk the palms back. Coming back to center, take a moment, just observe the difference. And switch sides. Pulling in that right heel, extend the left heel out to the side. Take a few circles here. Gently opening up the hamstrings, the inner thigh. And we're going to come on up to the top. Take a breath in, raise the right arm overhead, reaching those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale. And coming down over that right leg. We want to try to keep the shoulders in line with the hips here. Rotating that right shoulder. Right palm comes down to the mat. Towards the mat, rather. Taking a few breaths here, pressing into the full palm down on the mat. And nice and easy, come on up. And release that right arm, twisting towards the extended leg. Sitting up nice and tall, making sure that we're pulling up out of the seat here. Engage that left leg. And exhale to walk the palms forward over the left leg. Shoulders are square. Over that left leg. And take your time here. Maybe you settle onto your forearms. Maybe you walk your palms out. Breathe here, opening up the right side of the low back. One more breath here. Fantastic. Nice and easy. Walk the palms back. And take a moment to observe the difference. Nice. And just making sure these hips are nice and open. Bring the soles of the feet together for a nice little bound angle here. Shoulders relax down the back. Knees press down to the mat. Inhale here. Pull the belly button up and in. Exhale, pour the heart over the toes. Top of the head reaches forward. Gaze changes on the way down. Breathe here. Maybe your elbows come out to the sides. Pressing on the lower legs. Last breath here. And slowly make your way up. Use the palms to close the knees and take a tabletop position. Have a few hip circles here. Encouraging a little movement, lubrication in the hips and the spine. Settle the palms underneath the shoulders. And have a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly. Look up. Exhale, round the spine. Chin to chest here. Inhale. Allowing the spine to unfurl, lifting the top of the head up, chin reaches up. Exhale and round. Inhale, take a nice flat back here. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and extend that left leg out to the side. We're going to bring the toes to face forward. And we're going to slide out here, flattening down the pinky toe side of the foot. And we want to try to keep this right knee and hip lined up here. So I'll show you from this side so you see. Okay, toes are facing forward. And still this right hip and knee are stacked. And from here, we're gonna gently press back. So we're bringing that hip bone, the sit bone back towards the heel. Okay. Opening up the groin here. Inhale, come up to the top. Exhale and send the hips back. Keep the belly up and in here. We want to try not to arch the back. Pulling that belly button up and in, pressing back. And come on up to the top one more time. Inhale, maybe you widen a little bit. Exhale, press back. Inhale, up to the top. And release, closing. Back to a tabletop position, switching sides here. We're going to take that right leg out to the side. Keep the left hip and knee stacked. Deep breath in, pull the belly up and in. Exhale, push back. Straight back here. Inhale up to the top. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. And last one, come on back. Nice long spine as we push back here. Good, come on up to the top. And release. Bring that right knee back underneath, tuck the toes underneath the feet. Take a nice quick downward dog. Maybe you pedal out the heels. Tuck that chin. Heels down, as far as they'll go. We're going to step the left foot forward. Step the left foot forward in between the hands here. Drop the right knee down and come on up into a low lunge. You might want to have a pillow or a blanket or some such nearby underneath that right knee. So here, we're going to just open up the hip flexors here a little bit, working in the quads, the psoas muscle, also working in rectus femoris towards the end. So stack this left knee and ankle, stack the shoulders, the hips, and the right knee. And here, notice what the tailbone is doing. We want to pull it underneath for a nice flat back. Not so much that we have a frog butt, but we want to just pull it underneath for a nice neutral spine here at the bottom. Take a moment and breathe. Maybe you place your palms on your hips. So you should already feel a nice little stretch here. You can drop the top of that foot down, pressing the top of the foot, right foot into the mat. And if this feels good, maybe we go ahead, keep that tailbone tucked, go ahead and slide that left knee a little bit ahead of the ankle. And if this feels good, we can lift up this right foot, breathing here, holding on with that right palm, working on stability here. Keep the shoulders and the hips stacked. You should be feeling this here in the front of the right hip and thigh, not the back. Breathe here. And release. Top of the right foot comes down. Take the right palm down inside that left foot. Maybe you twist open to the left. If you're feeling froggy, tuck the right toes and lift up. Feeling that space here at the front of the right thigh, nice and open. Breathe. 3, 2, hugging that left knee in. 1, and release. Left palm comes down. We're going to step back for downward dog, just resetting here. Notice how the right hip feels different, the front of the right thigh feels different. Switching sides, bring the right foot forward. Stepping in between the hands. Get there. How you get there? Take your time. Drop that left knee down on top of your blanket, your rolled up mat, your pillow. And come on up. Take a moment finding your balance. Make sure there's space from left to right. And then we're going to stack this right knee and ankle. Okay. Stack this left knee and hip. Pull that tailbone underneath, really maximizing that stretch. And take a breath here. Top of the left foot presses down. Maybe you bring the palms to the heart or the hips, whichever is more comfortable. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathe. Feeling all along this left side, getting nice and long. Maybe you take that left arm up. I know we didn't do this on the right. Just going with the flow here. Maybe you deepen that bend in the right knee. bend the left knee and catch that foot with the left hand. Working on balance. Once again, you can bring your palm to the heart. Right palm, that is. Feeling that stretch here now along rectus femoris. Shoulders over hips. Take one more breath. Good job, yogis. Release the left leg. And we're going to bring that left palm down inside the right leg. Twist and open here. Stack that left shoulder and wrist. Full palm down. Maybe you tuck the left toes and explore the length in the front of the left thigh. Twist and open. Pull that right knee in towards the body. Deep bend in the right knee. Breathe for 3. Maybe you look up at this right arm. Maybe you don't. 2. Feel the shoulders spread nice and wide for 1. And release, right palm down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Now we're nice and even. Bring the big toes together. Take the knees nice and wide apart. And settle down into your child's pose. And maybe here, if you press up to a nice kneeling position, maybe here we try something a little different. So place a block underneath your forehead for your child's pose. And from here, you might have to lift up, and we're going to slide that left arm underneath the body, reaching over to the right. The right arm still reaches forward. Feeling a nice stretch here on the inside of the shoulders. Maybe if this feels good, lift up a little bit and bring the right arm underneath. Make a little X here. Let's see if I can show you from this angle. Okay. And you might need a little bit more room, so you could always adjust the, ooh, that rain is coming down out there. You can always adjust the level of the block to suit where you need. Okay, if you need a little bit more room, you can set it up higher. But just take a few moments here and breathe into the back body, the space in between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. And release, nice and easy. Coming back up from your child's pose. I hope that rain is not too loud. And let's swing the legs around here. Okay. And with both feet about hip distance apart. And we rock left and right. And then let the knees fall to the right. Knees fall to the right. And I kind of like to stack my knee over my ankle, but some people might need something a little more narrow or something a little wider. So it really is yogi's choice here. So even though we were facing forward, your hips might be kind of off to the side, and that's okay. From here, we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to twist the shoulders away from the knees. So twist the shoulders away from the knees. Feel that left shoulder pull back, and the right palm can rest right on the left knee. Okay, and now we might be looking away from the knees, but keep the shoulders away from the knees and just turn the head back towards the knees. So here we get some nice rotation of the spine, a nice twist here, feeling the belly engaged. And maybe the back getting a nice stretch, maybe the shoulders getting a stretch. Maybe even the neck. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Release the head. Release the shoulders. Release the knees. Back to center. Take a moment and reset. And then drop the knees to the left. And it's okay, it might not be the same as what happened on the right. On your next exhale, shoulders away from the knees, place the palms. Left palm onto the right knee, right palm behind. Deep breath in. Exhale, turn the head over the left shoulder. So knees to the left, shoulders to the right, knees to the left. Nose to the left. Last breath here. And release the chin. Release the shoulders. And release the knees back to center. And from here, let's go ahead and start a gentle rocking motion forward and back. Taking your time here. Trying to stay nice and tight here. Like a little roly-poly. And here you have an option. We can take our final meditation in a nice seated posture. Or you can come onto your back and stretch it out for Shavasana. pause here. And once you're ready, go ahead and settle into your position of choice. Coming into a nice seat. We're extending out into Shavasana. Settling in. Enjoy a few breaths to integrate your practice. What did you notice? What changed? What was there to be grateful for in these last 45 minutes or so? And you can feel free to stay in this space of gratitude, this space of integration for as long as you would like, for as long as you're able. As always, I'd like to remind you all to stay safe. I hope that today's practice served you well. And I hope that I see you again really soon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Peace, friends. We will see you next time.